Hello and Happy New Year. So, tonight is New Year's Eve. I'm filming this 1.5 hour before the clock turns 12 and we step into the new year, 2023. Sounds freaking crazy. I wanted to make one of these videos that I made after last semester. I wanted to look back and I want to reflect on what I've done over the past semester. And honestly, when I was making the last video, I was like under a lot of emotion and a lot of things were going through my head, and making that video was very like clearing my head, because when I reference last semester, I mean fall 2022, and when I'm saying this semester, I mean spring 2022. So it's just trying to like navigate. But when I was talking about last semester in that video, my heart was in a knot, and I had been suffering through a lot of mental health issues at that point in my life, right? So I was going through a lot of issues with my friends, especially, and so it turned me into such an emotional mess. I messed up a lot of things like last semester, and I had to fix those all this semester. And I loved fixing them, and I loved what I did. I took charge and I did that, but it also costed me a lot to do that. And I'm in the process of fixing everything. Everything is not fixed just yet, so it just still feels like I'm not there yet, and it feels like there's like a mile more to go. Every time I reach that mile, it's just like more and more to go, you know? It feels tiring. I had a whole mental breakdown about it, and I think I have it on a video. I think it was my finals week video. It was a lot of emotions, but honestly this semester's emotions weren't nearly as much as I had like last semester, because last semester I was going through it, and honestly, like, it felt like I just kept getting myself into, like, I keep digging my own grave. Like, I just go further and further down. I just felt like I was drowning. That's what it felt like last semester. This semester, it took me a lot to climb back up that, but I still haven't reached the top yet, and it still feels like if at some point it just felt really tiring. But honestly, I'm still glad with what I've done and how much I've reached and how much I've achieved this semester. It's not nearly as much as I thought of achieving. Maybe I did shoot for the moon and landed on the stars. Is that the saying? I don't really know, but I'm alone. This is New Year's Eve. I'm alone. It's completely fine. Honestly, it wasn't really fine until like now. I'm doing much better. This semester, I took it upon me to fix what I had done previously. So one of those things was like taking care of my mental health. I was also on a medication that messed up my mental health a lot previous semester, but the thing is, I was able to reach a point in my life where I did not need those medication anymore. So it's a lot. It's a very personal thing. Honestly, I don't think I can talk about it. So I was able to reach that point, so my doctor took me off that, and in turns it led me to a lot of clarity. But to be honest, the the medication that I was on didn't really pay. It did play a lot of role into starting me in those, into like getting me in those emotional state. But honestly, even when I was like off it took me a long time before I started learning to let go. And letting go resulted in me having been able to fix a lot of things. I took it upon me that I'm gonna fix everything that is wrong. I'm gonna fix things that have been against me. And I went and got myself a therapist. And I always knew that I was gonna get a therapist, especially after like the pandemic started. I started facing a lot of mental health issues, and so I just knew that I was gonna get a therapist, but I just thought that it was gonna be later in my life. The fact that the therapy is free for me in campus, because the insurance that I have just worked out that way, it is free for me. I don't have to pay out of pocket. So I started seeing her, and talking to her helped me a lot. And I also when I was talking to her, I got to learn that I already know a lot of ways to cope with my anxiety and my issues. At the beginning of the semester, I was at the first semester, last semester, I was going through a lot of issues with one of my friends, and this semester I just let it go, because there's no way I can fix everything. But I just started doing this, doesn't matter what they do, it just doesn't really matter. Because honestly, I'm not here to, yes, friends are the biggest, it's one of the most important part of your college life, but also people, you just have to realize this, it's the harsh truth, and you gotta learn this, and I have learned this. People are not forever, and I've learned that. I didn't really think of that until coming here and learning that the harsh way, and it's people aren't forever. The stuff that you achieve, the skills that you have, you can keep that forever. But that doesn't mean you need to push people away. It means take it easy, work on each other's relationship, work on your friendship, and that's it. Also, have human decency. Don't pushing people away is not a good idea, but also caring too much about anyone's action is not a good idea either. So this is what I've learned, is that letting go and focusing on what you need to get done and getting that done is more important than anything else. So that's what I started doing. Let me this is very focused. Let me fix the framing. We look like it's stable, but it's okay. Also, I know I had messy hair the last time. I still have messy hair right now, but also I learned how to do my hair, which was a lifelong goal of mine, because I never knew how to actually do it. So I ended up having the worst freaking look of all times. Bro, I just looked messy all the time. I look like this all the time, and I don't want to look like this. I want to look put together, and that's one of the things I started also looking at, self-care and outer look. It is important. It's not the end-all be-all, but it's also a huge contributor to your feeling, and it's a big contributor to my feelings, how my confidence level. So I worked on that. Anyways, that's a side topic. I'm gonna talk about the relationships with my friends. And friends, bro, I just did not realize the friendship could be complicated like that. Never realized that before coming here. Before coming here, high school friendship, I had been friends with my friends back home for the longest time. They weren't ever complicated. Friendship started becoming complicated when I came to college, which shouldn't have been. It's just, the friendships are not supposed to be complicated. You're not supposed to make another person anxious. If you're making another friend of yours anxious, find another way. Leave them, or refocus your relationship with each other. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Fixed. Like, you have no idea how I was able to do that. I didn't realize I was working on that when I was doing it. I was just like, okay, I don't freaking care what they're doing or not doing. I started like thinking like FOMO doesn't matter right now. One thing that also worked out was that two of my friends were in the relationship in the group. So what happened is like they broke up. So that just meant that all of us in the group started not hanging out together any longer. So honestly, it's a horrible thing to say like, oh, they didn't work out, so that means no FOMO, and that helped me. I feel like that's a horrible thing to say, but I've said that to them, and they're like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, yeah, like I know, because all of us last semester had huge FOMO, because if any of us are hanging out, somehow we all needed to be there. And that needing to be there and studying together is, I can't study with people for shit. I need to focus, bro. I need to. So I just like stepped back, started studying by myself, started waking up very early, getting enough sleep, and waking up early, started studying, having like an actual, like I didn't realize what I was doing it, but this is how I actually do when I have like try to like actually get a habit. Is like gradually become, like start having those ideals and like start gradually like making those habits mine. And so what ended up happening was like I was going to bed early because something had happened. I wouldn't want to study. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew that. Okay, so we're back in business. My camera ran out of battery, but we're back. Anyways, I was talking about how I fixed my friendship. Honestly, friendship should not be work. Any kind of relationship should not be work. And if it's work, the world is freaking hard enough. Your loved ones and appreciating them should not feel like work. Should not give you anxiety. It should not. It should not give you anxiety every time they ask you to hang out or they ask you to do something, like not do something. Honestly, I just became a kind of person, I like who I am. I know I have my own opinions and I have my own shit, and I just forgot everything last semester, and it just became like whatever they say, I gotta be there, I gotta do that. I know the decisions that I make and the opinions that I have are valid, and I know my opinions matter too. I know, but last semester I just became a kind of person that just bend to everyone else, like just like abandons every kind of belief, every kind of opinions that she has, and just like leaves everything and she does another thing, and it's just like, and it just took away. It felt like I was suppressing something. And so the semester I just became more honest with everyone. I just like at the beginning, something had happened and it just led me to like fucking break free and like not even talk to anyone. It's just like I just felt like I'm gonna be sucked back into that. At the beginning of the semester, that felt like that what it felt like, but after that had happened, I just felt so anxious and I felt so bad inside. It's just like I spontaneously decided like, okay, I'm just gonna do something for myself. I know it sounds cliche, but I just like, bro, I gotta do something. Like, I can't just keep doing this. I can't keep like conforming to this one group. I just can't do that. because they have a particular set of thing that they follow, and if someone doesn't do that, oh, you're out of this. Like, I felt like that would happen. I felt that it would happen. It didn't, honestly. I just had to find that out by myself, and just like, okay, I don't care. I'm just gonna get out. I took the train, went to New York City, hung out by myself. Everyone texted and called me like, what are you doing? Why are you in New York? And all of a sudden, I said, yeah, I know, I'm doing it for myself. And it's like, it felt freeing. It did. I wanted to be free. I wanted to make my own fucking decisions. I wanted to do whatever the fuck I want. I didn't want to conform to someone else, or someone else's, like, some people's beliefs and some people's set of rules that they follow. I don't want to follow their rules. I want to follow my rules, right? That's what I wanted. And when that started happening again this semester, I just wanted to break fucking free. Like, I just can't keep that up. Honestly, I felt like if I did that, I would lose my friendship. That did not end up happening. Honestly, I felt like by doing that and by standing on my own 2 feet and having expressed my own true feelings about everything, and I just gained respect from everyone and from everyone in my group. Like, I feel like they see me as a whole person, and they see me as like, I feel like I'm a significant part of it. I felt like I was suppressing. When I finally fucking broke free, it just felt like I just stopped caring. I didn't, like, honestly, when you don't show up to, like, every single moment a friend group shares, the moments that you do show up means a lot. And I also felt like, oh, I'm sacrificing my friendship. It did happen. But honestly, it didn't. Like, my friends are okay. My friends are still there. And my friends, now I have a better relationship with my friends than ever before. Now I know I can count on these people. I don't have to worry about, if I don't show up, if I don't do this, they'll leave me or something like that. I was extremely insecure about my friendships. But now I feel secure. Honestly, I don't have to, overthink anything. I was overthinking so much. Getting this therapist and talking with her about my craziness honestly helped me a lot, and like, helped me reflect and helped me go forward. And honestly, I also stopped seeing her a few weeks before finals. But I'm gonna go back to see her this coming week, and yeah, I'm excited. So the point of it is just like, focus on the things that you need to do. Don't try and fix what's broken. It's never gonna happen, and if it does happen, it will happen on its own. You can't fix anything in this world that is not in your control. You just can't. It's just the way of the world. You just have to start letting things go, and I started doing that, and it feels so freeing. I also kind of started realizing a lot of things about myself, is that I'm still pretty socially anxious and it's still there, but I can be chill if I wanted to. But I started being like so hyperfixated on things, and not so hyperfixated. I just started being so fixated on a lot of things, so that I started not prioritizing a lot of things, and that kind of made me feel bad. But I also knew that while I was doing it, it's like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the things that I need to, in order for me to like survive this world. Like, I'm on my own here. I can't fix what it's broken, but I can do better moving forward. I was doing horrible last semester. This semester I know I'm in the process of being the better and better version of myself, and it is something. You are always in a competition on your own. You gotta do that. You gotta be on that journey. I'm always like anxious that I like my future self is gonna be in this route to becoming a greater self, like, you know, on top of shit, like everything, job, work ethic, everything is top tier. But I always hope for that person to show up, and I feel like I have to stop hoping. I am that person. I gotta start doing it on my own. Nobody's gonna do it for me. So that's one of the things I learned. And I know this is a very big like part of your life that you're gonna have to dedicate a lot to it, and you feel like a lot of things, like you're sacrificing a lot of things. Sometimes sacrificing is fine. If your friends are true, they're gonna be there at the end of the day. They're still there. My friends, they respect me. I gained their respect, and it feels amazing. My grades are not there yet, because you can't go from a 0 to 100 right away, and it's just the truth of the life. You can't do that, but I'm moving towards it. And I'm happy for that. I don't wanna lose this momentum that I'm on, and I know I felt like I was losing it during this winter break. I started making this video before, and while I was in a very bad mental state where it's like, oh, I'm missing out on my family. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about in this video too. I felt like I'm missing out on a lot of things because I'm here. I don't get to see a lot of things, but I also don't get to enjoy a lot of part of college, you know, because I just don't get to. I want to do great things with my life. You gotta, like, bro, you can't show up to every event, every party. You can't do that when you want to get something out of your fucking life. You can't do that. You can't do everything all at once. I had my typical college life experience in the second semester. I don't need it any longer. I'm good. I can just focus and be my nerd self and focus on my studies, on my career. Focusing on friendship, I'm gonna work on my friendship. I'm gonna make time for my friendship. But I also know that I can't say no. I started saying no, and no is fine. Sometimes saying no is the best thing you can do. So learn yourself, learn things about yourself. But you know, I have come to this point in my life where it's always said, like, people, you can't rely on people like that. Like, people leave. It's the harsh truth of life, and that, like, there's no point in marriage, and I still do think that. But I'm also lonely. I was lonely last week, and that's when I was making this video, and I stopped because I ran out of battery again. But I was like, oh, if I had someone with me, I wouldn't have been lonely. But that's lonely and alone are very different things. You can be surrounded by people while feeling lonely. You can. But having another person in your life does help. You know? That's something I've been wondering right now. I've been alone not alone. I've been not in a relationship my whole life. I feel like having one wouldn't be such a bad thing, you know. Just, yeah. That's something I've been, like, thinking about. But I also don't want to be forced into a marriage. I don't want to be married just because my family wants me to be married. I don't want to do that just because everyone else is doing that. No, the thing is, I always thought, like, I was not gonna get married. Till this day, I still think I don't want to get married, but I've been debating on that right now because I'm alone. this is gonna happen in the future. Everyone's gonna go home for the holidays, and I can't go home, and I'll be here by myself, and I just feel lonely and alone. They're not a good combination. People are gonna spend their days with their loved ones while I'm just like sitting there. That's why I'm thinking about it, honestly. I'm too young to consider that part of my life, but a lot of people have been planning their weddings since they were like 3, so we can't really talk about it like that. Age and relationships are different. You grow with age, you mature with age, but there's a lot of things that go with maturing rather than just age. There are a lot of people that are way more mature than me that are younger than me, and I know that it's just circumstantial. So I'm not gonna be the one that's standing in my own way, so I'm just gonna let things happen as it goes. I'm just gonna let it go and everything else in my life, and just focus on my path forward and becoming a greater person and a good person and a better version of myself. It's just how it goes. Everything else falls into place. I'm telling you, everything else falls into place. I have a few more videos planned for this, but I think I want to get this up before New Year's, and I want to get this YouTube thing running, so that's the plan. And yeah, it was nice talking to you. I've been like looking forward to making this video for a little bit now. I can't believe I did things that I was trying to do. Like, I finally fucking started on my journey, and I want to keep it this journey and keep me accountable on that. Please do. I have a few videos planned for productivity related and study related coming up. So yeah, I hope to see you then. But for now, Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2023. Goodbye.